Hi guys, thank you for tuning into Chris Codes. If you haven't already, hit the like button, notification bell if you will, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's get right into the video. So this Foolishness Friday is going to be about the time me and one of my closest friends from past tense, girlfriend was about to fight. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So this was I'm sure high school. It could have been like freshman year, or like going in, or like summer going into high school. So when I say she was like a really close friend, I mean close friend. Like we were pretty much raised in the church together. Like, for those who you have like strict religious parents or just strict parents in general, you can't sleep at anybody's house. It was just like certain rules, certain things we just weren't allowed to do. And we were close from the fact that she was like the only person I could spend the night over house. Okay. So, I'm not going to really go into grave detail about how close we were, because then it's kind of like a dead giveaway. And so many of like my family members know who this person is, and some of my family watch my videos, so I'm not gonna really go into grave detail, but just know that we were close. Okay, so I was allowed, of course, to go over her house, the only person I could go over her house. And I think I would say this was more so like a curious stage for her, because you know how like a lot of people are like, sometimes you just go through phases. So I feel like she was just kind of going through a phase at this point. And so she had this girlfriend. First we're gonna call my friend Gummy Bear. I'm gonna call her Gummy Bear just because sometimes we used to call her that, and that's not her real name, so we're just gonna go with that. And I'll call her friend Stud, because that's what she was. She was a stud. Okay. Stud as in, the women that like dress like guys, stud. So yeah. So, of course, I didn't have anything against the girl or anything like that, but I was, of course, just meeting her. And so, yeah, it was just normal. I was very cordial, very friendly, of course. So, we were all just hanging out. My Gummy Bear was driving, and we're all just chit-chatting, getting to know each other. And throughout the day, it was just kind of odd. It was kind of odd. And I say it was odd just because I didn't like how Stud was talking to Gummy Bear. I just thought it was just rude. I was like, okay. You know how you're kind of like on the outside looking in. That's kind of how it was. Like, you just see somebody kind of being like, you can put up with certain things like that, but it's like when you're watching somebody that you care about going through stuff like that, you're just like, so that's kind of how I was going with it. And it just kept going. It was like getting worse and worse and worse as the days went by. So we were heading somewhere. I don't know where we were going, but we were going somewhere. And Stud was just really wilding, okay? She was really wilding. She was just talking to Gummy Bear like she lost her mind.
It's upsetting me and my homegirl, because we feel like
like, no respect. And I mean no respect. So just like I am with any of my other friends, I said something. I was like, okay, like, you're really tripping. Like, you need to, lower your voice. Check yourself. You're getting a little too big for your britches, in other words. And apparently she didn't like that. Now, if you watched like my other videos, clearly I'm not a fighter, okay? I'm not a fighter. And I was like offended. I was kind of offended, like just the way she was treating her, and she wasn't saying anything. So I was like, so back in the day, I was just the type where I'm gonna say something. If you're not gonna say something, I'm gonna say something. Okay. Where now I'm just like, you can't fight everybody's battles. You just can't. But we're not friends anymore, so it really doesn't make a difference. But I just felt like it was a good story to tell, just because of my reaction towards the end. So yeah, I'm telling it. So this is what ended up happening. So we're all in the car, and I was just kind of fed up. I was just like, yeah, man, okay, she ain't about to just keep talking to Gummy Bear like this. So I'm like, okay, like, you need to calm down. Like, who are you talking to? And she starts going off. Stud starts going off, like getting super disrespectful. Remind you, like Gummy Bear's driving, and Stud's like, yeah, I'll beat you. No, you can get out of the car. Like it was her car or something. Like she was really like going ballistic.
I'm in the ghetto. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Ra-ta-ta-ta.
And like I told y'all, I don't fight. I don't get into all of that. So we were close by, because my dad, like on my dad's side, my grandma owns a church. She's a pastor. So we were like literally maybe 2-3 minutes away from my grandma's church. So I tell him, okay, well, you can drop me off at the church up here. This is not the church we went to, but I was like, you can drop me off at the church up here. And then Gummy Bear's like, man, what's really going on? She's like, it's all good, but I was like, no, she wants to fight. I don't want no parts of it. I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around her. And if that's what you want to deal with, then that's what you want to deal with. But I don't want any parts of it. So we pulled up, because I was on the phone with my dad in the car while she was going ballistic. I was on the phone with my dad. I was just like, yeah, and she's trying to fight me.
And she's like, I'm not trying to fight her. I'm not trying to fight.
Like the story just completely flipped when I get on the phone with my dad. And yeah, now y'all can say, okay, like, you're so petty. Like, you really called your parents. I really called my parents. I'm like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. You're not going to be purposely trying to mess my face up just because you want to be big and bad. Like, stop. Just stop. So my dad comes like out in the parking lot once we pull up, and he's trying to like, calm the situation down. And she's telling all these lies, like she wasn't just trying to be all macho a second ago. And literally, after all this took place, me and this friend, we didn't speak for, it was a long time. It was probably like at least a few years. And don't get me wrong, I'm really not the type to hold grudges. Like, I'm not just gonna be just upset with somebody for years to come. If you know me, you know that's not me. But I also know when certain situations aren't serving me to a certain extent. We all make mistakes where we like hold on to things that we shouldn't have held on to for longer than 24 hours, But like, when I'm done, I'm done. I'm just not going to put any more effort into it. I'm not going to put any more thought into it. And what I like about YouTube is kind of, without really explaining, or basically without telling all your business or trying to like personally address this person or anything like that, you can kind of tell what's went on in your life and kind of give, like, cause like hindsight's 20/20, in other words. So in that situation, like, I look at it as, you can't fight everybody's battles, and if I look at it now, we're not friends now for something very, very similar, something very, very similar. Or in other words, some people just don't really, you can't help somebody that don't want to be helped. That's the best way I can put it. So was I coming from the right place when I like just voiced my opinion and so on and so forth? Yeah. I didn't have any ill intentions. I wasn't trying to be macho. Obviously, if I'm on the phone with my dad, tell it on the girl. You know, obviously I wasn't trying to do that. But should I have said my piece? Should I have spoken up? No. Like, I'm not saying to give up on people, but sometimes you have to give up people. It's a pastor that I watch some of his videos. I'll probably like put it somewhere over here or something like that. But literally, I'm gonna say that again. Like, sometimes you can't, you have, like, it's not giving up on someone, but it's giving someone up. So for those that aren't catching that, it's, you don't have to give up on somebody, but you're just going to give it up to God. Because at the end of the day, people are going to be people. You can't fight everybody's battles, and you can't, and some stuff, you can't make people see. You have to let people experience things on their own. You have to let people work through things on their own. And the best way to comprehend something and learn from something is through experience. You get good at your job from experience. So from this Foolishness Friday, or just listening to my foolishness, which I have a whole lot of foolishness. My life is super dramatic. Maybe I'm dramatic, who knows? But I hope y'all got something from this Foolishness Friday, and I hope next time if you all are ever in a situation where you feel uncomfortable or you feel like somebody you care about is being mistreated, just think of it as if you speak to them on it, or if it's happened a few times, and sometimes you got to take a back seat to it. I was sitting in the back seat, so I needed to take the back seat on it, okay? So I thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button, notification bell if you will, comment, subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Bye.